Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a spicy topic that was suggested to me by one of my patrons. If you don't know, if you are interested in joining my Patreon, if you join the top tier, you get to suggest a video idea each month and I will randomly select which video idea to do for that given month from my patrons' suggestions. So this month, the suggestion that won was covers that are better than the book. That is so spicy. So I do actually have some to talk about with you. So I think that this is going to be kind of fun. And I also just get to show off absolutely gorgeous covers, which is always fun. But unfortunately, these are the ones that I think the covers are a little bit more beautiful than my experience was reading the book itself. So let's chat about them. Most of these are fantasy, so I'll start with the one that isn't fantasy, and that is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. Now, I actually enjoyed this book overall. I gave it a 3.5 stars, but based on the cover and like my taste in covers, this should have been a 5-star. I love the tropical feel with the slightly torn like fabric that makes it a little bit creepy, and it ties into like spelling out girls. I love that. And then you've got the beautiful palm leaf here with the hibiscus flowers. It's so pretty, and I love the color combinations. Oh my goodness. So it definitely gives you those island vibes, which is very appropriate because this is a thriller that takes place on this island and weird things start happening on this island, and it kind of gave me a little bit of Lost vibes. I will say the overall experience of reading this book, I was definitely intrigued the whole way through, but I just found the ending a little bit lackluster, the characters a little bit lackluster, nothing super memorable there. So it was like a good experience while I was reading it, but it wasn't the most memorable book. But can I get rid of it? No, because this cover is so stunning. So if you're looking for like a creepy island thriller for the summertime, I would still recommend this one. But that cover made me think that this was gonna be a 5-star book for sure. Rachel Hawkins thrillers just have gorgeous covers in general. Like The Villa, I've heard such mixed things about The Villa. I'm gonna read it because I want that cover. It's so pretty. So I gotta give it up to the cover designer here. Fantastic job. All right, the rest are all fantasy because fantasy just, the covers that are coming out in the fantasy genre right now are just magnificent. They are so beautiful. So I just have to give it up to fantasy right now and its covers. But this might get a little bit controversial, so hopefully I don't anger too many people from this video. They're gorgeous covers, just not the best reading experience for me. So the first one being Royal Assassin. Let's just start out with like the one that'll probably anger the most people. Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I'm not featuring Assassin's Apprentice, which also has a beautiful cover. I love these UK editions of the Realm of the Elderlings books. They're so stunning. I'm so sad that this didn't work for me because I would love to collect every one of these books in this humongous series. But unfortunately, I just found it much too slow for my tastes, and I didn't love any of the characters enough to read through very meandering plot lines and scenes. I can recognize that Robin Hobb has incredible writing, incredible, but it's just so slow. I just like could not keep my focus at all. And Assassin's Apprentice, I really liked. I gave it 4 stars. And the thing with Assassin's Apprentice was I had heard that it was not the best book in the series. I'd heard that was actually Royal Assassin. So I was willing to kind of give it a pass and get through those slower moments in Assassin's Apprentice in anticipation of it really picking up in Royal Assassin. Now, what people don't mention is that Royal Assassin is also extremely slow. So when I started this one and found that it was actually feeling more slow than Assassin's Apprentice, I was like, yeah, I don't think this trilogy is going to be for me, especially since I've heard the third book is not many people's favorite in this trilogy. So I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I have so many fantasy books. You'll see the video right before this one is all the fantasy series on my TBR. I cannot keep reading a series that I'm not excited to read when I have so many more books on my TBR. So you have a beautiful cover. You're beautiful, but I just didn't love you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you know my channel at all, you know how I feel about Cytonic. These UK hardcover editions, even the paperbacks, these UK editions of the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson are some of my favorite covers. I absolutely love them. I love the gold foiling. I think that the scenery is gorgeous. It makes it like you can get a sense of what you're getting into with these covers. I loved Skyward. 5 out of 5 stars. Had so much fun with it. I really liked Starsight. 4 out of 5 stars. It was really fun. Cytonic, 2 out of 5 stars. You get a lot of answers to a lot of mysteries that were built up in previous books in Cytonic, and I just hated the answers. I hated them. I was so angry at every reveal in this book. So angry, and at times it just truly didn't make sense to me. It made no sense. I was so mad. I was so mad because there were such good mysteries, and those are the answers you give me? No, no, absolutely not. I was so disappointed by this. I've already like ranted in so many videos previously about this one. It's stunning. It's stunning. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's so beautiful. But I'm not happy about you. I'm not. You are pretty though, so you can stay. Next one is what I'm really having a hard time getting rid of because I didn't even finish it. It's Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. I know everyone freaks out about how cool the US covers are for this series. I'm not a huge fan of them. Is that gonna give me a lot of dislikes on this video? I don't really like the US covers, but I love the UK covers for this series. I think they're stunning. Look at that foiling, look at those colors, the planet behind him is so cool. And then if you look at the rest of the series, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, these covers are stunning. So I don't know why we like the US covers so much when these, I think, are so beautiful. But I DNF'd this book halfway through it because it was really, really slow. As you can tell from how I feel about Robin Hobb, how I feel about this, I really like more plot, especially if the characters aren't resonating with me. I don't have to have the most detailed plots. I really like First Law because I love those characters. But if I don't have the characters, that I at least need the plot, and I didn't get either of it in this book. So I know I'm missing out because I know everybody loves this series. I did finally see Angela from Literature Science Alliance. She made me feel validated because she was the first one I've seen not gush about this series. And the amount of gushing I see for this series and the amount of love for the sequels of the series has me hesitating so much to get rid of this because I think I want to give it another chance. Maybe it was just my mood. Maybe it was me, not the book. So maybe I just need to give it another chance because everyone seems to love it. And it is a really pretty cover. It really is. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Next one I have is a whole series. And I didn't dislike this series. Don't come after me. But it wasn't a favorite. It was like very mid for me. But the covers are they're like some of my favorite that I have on my shelves. And it is these editions of the, what is it's the Golden Compass, the Dark, what is it called? The Northern Lights. What is the actual series called? Whatever. It's Northern Lights. I mean, look at that. By Philip Pullman. The Subtle Knife. And the Amber Spyglass. Look at how shiny these are. Look how beautiful they all look when they're all together. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, they are really stunning. These should be 5 stars based on the look of them. They are not. My favorite was the first one. I just didn't love where the series went. It became like less and less fun and whimsical, and it started taking itself really seriously. I started not liking the characters as much. I didn't feel the magic. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was fine. It was fine. The third one was fine. That's all I can say about it. And I never read these as a kid, so maybe if I had read them as a kid, I would have loved them. But because I read them as an adult, I was at least hoping for like a good time, but they're definitely not that. They're much darker, heavier hitting than I expected, which I shouldn't have been surprised by, but I was a little bit. I don't know. I didn't love the series, but I love these covers. This one breaks my heart into 1,000 pieces. This next one I have. Daughter of the Moon. I will not get rid of this. I can't. I didn't like this book very much. I cannot get rid of this. And I almost wanted to read the sequel, even though I didn't like this book. I almost want to read the sequel just because of the cover. It's so, so beautiful. I mean, is this not the most stunning thing? And I'm so sad because this, okay, it is an adult fantasy debut. It is very much a like mythological retelling, a Chinese myth around the moon goddess, and it's taking the daughter of the moon goddess and following her on this journey to save her mother. And it's very like whimsical, beautifully written. I loved the settings and the descriptions of things in this book, but I really didn't like the pacing, and I really didn't like some of the character development and some of the choices there. And it just felt so young for adult fantasy. Like, this reads so much more YA, which is not a bad thing. I love YA books, but this was adult fantasy and I just did not feel it. So I didn't love this. I think I gave it 2.5 stars, but I love the cover. It's so pretty, and so many people love this book. So you should definitely go check it out. You should definitely go and add this cover to your collection if you love it as much as I do. Make up your own mind about it because a lot of people love it. It works for so many people. It just personally, like the romance, I just couldn't stand. I didn't get it. And the pacing was so weird. It was so weird. I know why. It just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. I'm so sad. Finally, this book I liked. This one was like enjoyable, but like it's kind of similar to Reckless Girls, where based on the cover, it should be like a 5-star read because it's so gorgeous. It's one of my favorite covers ever. And it was not a 5-star. So that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. This book has 2 stunning covers. The US edition is also absolutely stunning, but this one I loved because of the pastel colors. The colors are so beautiful. And I have it displayed because it's just like a work of art. This is a masterpiece, but I didn't love the book as much as I love the cover. So it has to go on this list. I can't get rid of it. I can't. It makes me too happy looking at how beautiful it is. But the story inside, it was just too short. There wasn't quite enough like development of any one thing. It had, I will say, what made it enjoyable was it reminded me a lot of Spirited Away, which is a movie I absolutely love because it's about this girl going to this like spirit realm, and there's a lot of focus on like ancestry and finding out who you really are and like all this stuff. It was really pretty in that sense. It was where you felt very much transported. It felt very whimsical, but the characters, it just didn't feel super developed. Like nothing was like really developed. Like the magic was very surface level, the world building was very surface level, the characters felt surface level to me. I just wish we had more time. Like I would have loved if this was like twice as long and we got twice as much of this, just explored more. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So you should definitely go check it out, because I do think if you like Spirited Away and you like the atmosphere and the setting and the whimsy of that, then I think you would really like this. So those are all of the books that I still own because of their covers that I absolutely love their covers for, just don't love the book inside as much. It's such a bummer. I wish all of these stories felt as beautiful to me as the covers do, but I can't get rid of any of them. I really can't. So I have to ask now, what is a book that you own that you didn't love, but you love its cover so much? Or you don't even have to own it. What's one book that you've read that you love the cover for and you didn't love as much inside? So leave those comments down below. I'm super curious what you all think. And thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to, and if you want more information about exclusive content and how to further support the channel, you can check out all of the information for my Patreon in the description box down below. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.